So that's on a health, but on a recreational benefit, what's your thoughts on that?
Look, I think when you look at recreational drug use, and I include alcohol in that as well, alcohol is much more damaging. People die from, alcohol abuse. People may sometimes become a lot more violent on alcohol as well, and I think certainly with the COVID restrictions, the opening of liquor stores and then the increase in domestic violence is a huge factor there. That I feel that if people were smoking a joint, they'd be much more calm. I'm not saying this is a solution for DV or anything like that.
But it's an alternative in the end, isn't it? It is an alternative. It should be a right of somebody's to be able to seek that alternative.
Choose alternatives, absolutely. And then we come to bodily autonomy after that. People are allowed to choose what works for them. People should be allowed to choose what works for them. And really no government should have the right to prohibit people. Obviously when you start looking at your opiates and drugs like methamphetamine, you're looking at severely addictive drugs. I don't think that's particularly useful in a society. Overall, cannabis hasn't been shown to create a huge dependency. Some people would get a dependency in regards to using it for pain or alleviating symptoms.
However, it's a lot safer than some prescribed opiates.
Exactly. And when you start looking at some of those harder drugs, you can see there's a real addictional behavioural patterns or addiction behaviour pattern that leads to criminality. And I don't think you'll get that generally with the legalisation or normalisation of cannabis. There may be a real place in treating people with addictions to some of those harder medications with CBD oil and to get them off that. That's really important.
I've used it in my process of grief. It was something that my partner and I at the time, about 6 months before he passed away, we went through the system we went and saw a lawyer and said, look, what are our steps? What do we need to do to, get the ball rolling with getting it legalised? And we were told to get all of our information together. We were given referrals to a few other people, and then unfortunately he passed away 6 months later, and I never did anything else. So when this party came up, I sort of jumped straight into it.
So you found benefits with sleep for you?
Oh, for sure, definitely.
With mood in regards to grief?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I probably should have gone to the doctors and got aid, but going through grief is grief. Sometimes you just don't even want to leave the house. So it's definitely giving me my confidence back, giving me just to be able to be me again, kind of thing. That's what I found with it. So.
Okay, and you haven't found any issues around addictive behavioural patterns?
No.
Anything negative where you feel that you need it versus no?
No, gosh, no, not at all. It is nice. Obviously, when you're in a position of high anxiety, that it would be nice to sometimes, like a moment like this, to be able to have some. But it's not a requirement.
It's not a need. You're fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Exactly.
It's not like I find chocolate more addictive than cannabis. So,
chocolate is delicious.
Authorised by Leo Treasure of 1/440 William Street, Perth for the Legalised Cannabis Western Australia Party.